So the real question is, what is wealth? Really? Everybody wants the outcome of the success. It's the difficulty to get there. That's the hard part. It has to be our generational mission to not just empower the self, but to empower others. The most exciting day of being an entrepreneur, I'm going to tell you now, is the day you decide to start your business. I want to belong. I grew up without. I suffered. I was told I'm worthless. Now that I have it, I'm going to show everybody. Many of us are too married to what we're good at, not what we need to get good at. I want to make it clear that this is your game, that you're not to be messed with. So we need to create a culture that says start. Start badly. Start scrappy. Make mistakes. Fail. Start again. Whatever you do, just start.
Why bother? Why go through all this? This is too hard. No, throw it in the towel. It's not worth it. If you want a larger vision, you've got to empower yourself continuously, because life will catch you on the blind side.
If you want your life to change, here's the source of it all. Ideas plus inspiration. The good news is, ideas are not that far away. I've got an excellent phrase for you to consider, one that will serve you well for the rest of your life. Everything you need is within reach. The ideas you need for life change or business change are within listening reach. They're within reading reach. In fact, there's probably a library not too far from you. The problem is, most people pass by libraries. Very few walk in. There's a simple biblical phrase that says, if you seek, you will find. But it's very important to know that finding is reserved for the seekers. We don't find what we need. We find what we search for. If you will search, if you'll try, if you'll go, if you'll listen, ideas are within reach. And ideas are life-changing. There's nothing so powerful as an idea whose time has come. A business idea, a social idea, an investment idea, a good health idea. All you need is a specific idea to make an impact on your life. Ideas can help you gather treasure, gather equity, and gather wealth. 10 years from now, you can be right where you are now, or you can be in a new place. The difference between now and then could be significant in terms of money, lifestyle, treasure, and equity. In 10 years, you can enjoy an incredible life if right here and now you make a small change in your thinking to start you on the journey. The key is to start right now gathering the ideas and making the changes that will take you further along this new road. Ideas can change your life, and sometimes all you need is just one more good idea in a series of good ideas. It's like dialing the numbers of a combination lock. After you've dialed 5 or 6 numbers, the lock may not come open, but you probably don't need 5 or 6 more numbers. Maybe you need just one more number, one more idea. Maybe a seminar or a sermon can provide it. The lyrics from a song could do it. The dialogue from a movie could do it. Conversation with a friend might do it. If you keep your eyes and ears open, you'll find that one last idea you need. Once you find that idea, the lock comes open, and there's the door for you to walk through. Just one more idea. No matter where you get it, may be all you need to open that door of opportunity. If, however, the lock still doesn't open, you may be lacking in inspiration. Who knows why some people are inspired and some are not? Some people find a great idea and turn it down. Some people say that it costs too much. Some people say that it's going to take too much time. Some people are too busy. There are a lot of different reasons why some people are inspired to take advantage of a good idea while others pass it up. I call it mysteries of the mind, and I just leave it at that. There are some things I don't try to figure out. Some people buy and some don't. Some go for it and some don't. Some change and some don't. And if you've been around for a while, you can usually spot those who don't take advantage of a good idea. A man asks me, how come all this stuff goes wrong for me? I say, I don't know. The most I've been able to figure out is that those kinds of things always happen to people like you. I'll bet he's one of the ones who don't take advantage of good ideas. If he continues on that path, he'll probably never find the right combination. That honor will always fall on the ones who do. Like you. The consistent, disciplined, purposeful, constant search for knowledge. It's where the life-changing ideas are. Pursue knowledge with high expectations. Spend the money, time, and effort. They are all investments, but the payoff is so great it's hard to compare the cost to the reward. First is the money. Set up an educational fund for the programs, the books, the lectures, the seminars, and the videos you need for a constant flow of ideas and inspiration. Take a portion of your income each month and set it aside to invest in the search for knowledge. Remember, the best money spent is the money spent to cultivate the genius of your own mind and spirit. Make sure you don't spend more for frivolous comforts and conveniences than you do for education. The money is a small price. The promise is unlimited potential. The next investment is time, which is an extremely valuable expenditure. It's one thing to ask someone for their money, but to ask them for their time is a much more significant request. Knowledge takes time, precious time. The time you spend is irreplaceable. You can get more money, but you can't get more time. However, life has a unique way of rewarding high investment with high return. The major investment of time you're making now could be that small, fine tuning you need for major accomplishment. Last is the investment of effort. There is a great deal of difference between casual learning and serious learning. Learning that opens up the whole mental and spiritual process is truly an investment in effort. And this effort is the investment that opens the floodgates of ideas that can work their magic for you in the marketplace. So I don't hesitate to ask you to spend, in a deliberate and consistent fashion, the money, time, and effort required to reach your goals. These are the investments that turn on the lights, sharpen the focus, and start turning your wishes of wealth and happiness into reality.
Whatever you do, you want to develop technical mastery. You want to be the best at what you do. You want to master it. See, part of self-motivation is you've got to find something that gives you a strong sense of competence. Well, you become known for that. You develop a reputation of being good at doing that. You set some high personal standards for yourself. You're not competing with anybody else. You're just unfolding yourself to be the best person that you could be. That you want to give the best quality service that you can give, because that is a statement about who you are. You want to be relentless. When you want something, you don't expect everybody to say, oh, come on in, oh, you want this? Oh, great, we want to give this to you. You're such a nice person. You're doing it for your family, aren't you? Great. No, life isn't like that. No, many doors will be closed in your face. Many loans that you will want. And they'll say, no, you don't have enough collateral. You don't have enough credit. And most people will give up. But you've got to decide that I'm going to be fearless. I refuse to be denied. And I'm going to go all out. I'm going to be relentless. I don't care how many no's I encounter. I like something Isaiah Thomas said when he was getting ready for a basketball game. He said, I'm going to either shoot us in or shoot us out, but I'm not going to not do anything. And that's the way to go. You can't make a basket unless you shoot the ball. You can't hit a home run unless you take a swing at it. Most people won't even take a swing. Well, I probably won't make it anyhow. That's the conversation within. They probably won't give it to me anyhow. If you want something, you've got to be relentless. You've got to decide, I deserve this, and I'm going to have it. And you go all out to get it. That drives you. The next thing is that when you want something out of life, you've got to be willing to go into action. Don't wait around for things to be just right. Don't wait for things to be perfect. Don't wait for the ideal situation. It will never be ideal. There will always be a reason. Well, as soon as the children grow up, as soon as I pay my bills, as soon as I get my divorce, as soon as I get enough money together, do what you can, where you are with what you have, and never be satisfied. A lot of people never take a chance in life. They don't want to take any chances. They want the situation to be ideal. See, that's not walking by faith. That's walking by sight. If I can see it, I'll do it. No. That's a lot of people say, if I can see it, I'll believe it. No. If you believe it, you can see it. And don't be disturbed because no one else can see it. That's not unusual. That is ordinary. But because you want some different kind of results in your life, you've got to be willing to be unreasonable. If you want unreasonable results in your life, you've got to be willing to be unreasonable. Part of being unreasonable, you don't judge according to appearances. Part of being unreasonable, you can see it because you believe it. That's part of being unreasonable. Part of being unreasonable, you're like Paul who said, you must have the faith to call forth those things that be not as though they were. That's part of being unreasonable. Most people won't do that. Most people say, call me when you get it together. Then I'll support you. But you know that in order for you to get where you want to go, this is one of the hoops that you have to flip through. And I'm saying to you, whatever you got to do it, because if you don't, life is going to whoop you until you surrender and say, okay, all right, I cooperate, okay, I learned, okay. They had to wear me out a long time. So if it's hard, then do it hard. Now, how do you hang in there during the hard, difficult times, Les? You must have faith. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to believe in your abilities. You've got to believe in your service, your company, your ideas, unquestionably. You've got to have faith, and that faith gives you patience. That it's not going to happen as quickly as you want it to happen. A lot of things are going to happen that will catch you off guard. And so therefore you've got to deal with and handle it as it comes. And not only that, but that faith and patience drives you into action. You've got to keep moving and keep plugging away. In the Far East, they have something that's called the Chinese bamboo tree. The Chinese bamboo tree takes 5 years to grow. They have to water and fertilize the ground where it is every day. And it doesn't break through the ground until the 5th year. But once it breaks through the ground, within 5 weeks, it grows 90 feet tall. Now the question is, does it grow 90 feet tall in 5 weeks or 5 years? The answer is obvious. It grows 90 feet tall in 5 years, because at any time had that person stopped watering and nurturing and fertilizing that dream, that bamboo tree would have died in the ground. And I can see people coming out talking to a guy out there watering and fertilizing the ground that's not showing anything. Hey, what you doing? You've been out here a long time, man. And the conversation in the neighborhood is, you growing a Chinese bamboo tree, is that right? Yeah, that's right. Well, even Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder can see ain't nothing showing. You know that's how people are going to do you. So how long have you been working on this? How long have you been working on your dreams? And you have nothing to show. This is all you got to show. People are going to do that to you. And some people, ladies and gentlemen, they stop. Because they don't see instant results. It doesn't happen quickly. They stop. Oh, no. You got to keep on watering your dream. And when it began to happen, they stopped laughing. They said, look. Whoa, look here. Look how, hey, man, I know you can do it. Look here, you got a job here? You know what I discovered? When you're working at your dream, somebody said the harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. Oh, it's sweet to me. It's good to me.
Hola guys, how are we doing? Hope we are good. Hope we're fine. Okay, fantastic. Let's get started. Briefly, I want to know if you guys can probably hear me very well, because I don't know, the network, it's giving me a very wrong signal on my end, so I don't know if it's clear from your end. Hello Jeff, how are you doing? Greetings to you and happy Sunday as well. Voice of Dominion, how are you? Hope you're good. Messi, how are you? Messi, it's okay. Send me a DM now. Messi, can you just send me a DM now? Like, just send anything. Just type anything on my WhatsApp. Any message at all on my WhatsApp. Just type anything on my WhatsApp. So probably after the live stream, your message is gonna pop up on my WhatsApp. Sean Omote show. Yep, Jim Rom is one of the intros and stuff and all that. Inkasiobi Chibotse, good evening, Shifu, Grandmaster. How are you doing, mom? Hope you're good. How is family? Revo, happy Sunday, boss. How are you doing, Revo? How you planning on preparing for the week? Angela the Traveler. This name is very funny because that's the name I was being called. I'm being called by my auntie and a lot of people from my family. They call me Ajala. Ajala. So when I see the Ajala the Traveler, it's very funny. Life from Mediguri. It's good to see you on the call. Favor, cool. Good to be here. Good to see you too. Guys, share the live stream if you haven't. Let's get more people in. Chibundo Emmanuel, good things as well. How are you? Kenneth Wanko, Jimo, Benga, Chidi. Yes, of course. You make sure you've liked the video, make sure you've shared it, and while you're dropping your comments as well. Chidi, Neuron, how are you doing? Timmy, Chiwinum, Zemira, how are you? Amos, Brice, Kenneth, greetings. Okay, awesome, fantastic. Okay, you guys say you can hear me. So if you haven't, make sure Fadis Hub, greetings as well. Commonwealth Solutions, greetings as well. So if you probably okay, fantastic, good to know that you guys can hear me. Okay, let's get started. So if you're just watching this for the first time, you've never been in any of our Crypto Capital show series, this is the 54th episode of our weekly Crypto Capital series. This means that for 1 full year and 2 weeks, we have been hosting a weekly crypto-based focused live stream on our channel. And what we are doing here, it's mind-blowing. So you want to take some time to go through all the past videos whereby you will see full records of every information, forecast, predictions we've been giving. You know, if I say we've been 90% accurate, it could be me bragging about it. If someone who invited you tells you the same thing, it could be the person maybe faking it. But if everything is right there live on the internet, on our YouTube channel, you can literally see how many times we've been wrong and how many times we've been right. Like we always say, you could argue with one, you could argue with two, but you can't argue with 1 + 1. Why? Because 1 + 1 equals to 2. Evidence is the end of argument, and we have so much data and reports. We could say man could lie, a woman could lie, but numbers don't lie. We have the numbers and the statistics of being one of the most accurate person when it comes to the industry and the space in the world, right? In the whole world, we're one of the most accurate. And this is what we do here every weekend and take our time to help ourselves and see how we can make the rest of our lives the best of our lives. So it's good to have you, and make sure you keep on sharing and inviting more persons even while we are live here. You are on the YouTube channel. If you haven't, make sure you subscribe on it, and all the sessions, like click on the playlist section of the YouTube channel. You will see everything there. You will see all the from the first episode we've ever held. There's some literally very important. You should know that a lot of what informations we share here and teach here are exclusive paid informations being given for free, and sometimes some people do not understand the value of what is being given. But a lot of people who know the value, those are the ones you're seeing having results, having testimonies, because there are so many strategies that have been taught, so many information that have been shared and given over time, not even to factor in the level of offers we have shared from time to time. Literally, this is the best YouTube channel that you could give for yourself with the content we have been putting out and the live streams we do from time to time. So welcome to the 54th episode. So the first thing we're looking at is our market forecast for the week. What are we looking at for this week? What are we expecting for this week? We do this from time to time, week in, week out, right? And at least 9 out of every 10 times we are correct. And then there's the one that we aren't correct as well. I always make a statement, is that the statement is we don't try to predict the market, but we just focus on being directionally correct with the least possible margin of error, right? And that gives us an edge in knowing how we can navigate the market, what we can do with the market per time. So let's quickly go to this is a chart I shared to those in the exclusive bull run group. I shared this chart to them, and I could share it to us as well. Okay. Okay, I'm coming. Okay, so I'm sharing the screen now. So this is what this was shared to the bull run group weeks ago ahead of time, right? And this was what we've been looking at there in the bull run group, and it was also shared in the Forex trading network as well. This is what we're looking at. We're looking at it's moved up, right? So the first leg is what we looked at, just a buy, and then we expected a second leg, which was to pull back, right? And then the third leg is the upward trend towards 93k. So our projection is we are bullish. We're expecting more upward movement. We've had the first leg play out, we've had a second leg play out, and then we are currently trading this short legs upward to a 93k projection. So our forecast for the week and what we are looking at for this week is a bullish market. A bullish market is what we are looking at for the week. It's what our forecast is for the week up to the 93k levels or to the 93k zones. That's what we are expecting. Now we are in a season whereby the market has humbled the majority of people, forcing them to relearn how to trade more patiently than ever before. And guess what? It is time whereby we are having a turbo pump blast, a crazy, crazy pump blast in the market. That is the time we are in. Now, one thing that is even interesting is if you look at, we started looking at the market going down when every other person was having doubts and confusion. Pay attention to what I'm saying very clearly. Now, when everybody was having doubts and they were confused, in fact, if we were greedy, was when we were selling, right? And we've been very, very accurate with the market movement and what we've been expecting and what we've been seeing play in the market, and the market going down. And even at the last session we had, whereby we had projections and what we're looking at in the short term and activities and all that together. And yes, we said that BTC gets to 76K, 77K, which it got into the zones with the time frame and whatnot. One thing becomes funny. Everyone right now is now believing in the fact that we are coming lower. And when everybody begins to believe we are coming lower, that is when the market decides to flip. That is when it decides to flip. And if you've been following me very well, you would understand how versatile I have been, and how fluidity is a necessary ingredient or characteristics you should have to be able to really make good money out of this market. You shouldn't be married to just one bias. Your focus is neither whether you're a bear or a bull, but you want to make money out of each movement in the market. That is where your major focus should be in. That is where your major focus should thrive in. And that is what is happening right now in real time. So if I make the screen a bit bigger, I will decide to go to a daily time frame. So first and foremost, this was the area zone that we talked about, looking on the BTC CME futures chart. And obviously, let me just open the CME futures chart, which I said there is no bull run until this area is filled, and it's actually filled, right? You can see here the gap is fully filled. So the order here is actually being filled, and the gap is closed already. And then we're having these levels. So this is something that happens most times. So if you are somebody who trades trend line, right, and you look at a couple of torches in the market, or somebody who understands one of the strategy I have taught over the years and over time, which I use once in a while, and it has like an 80% win rate, is the Shifunomics, right? The Shifunomics is a trend line strategy I invented, which involves 6 touches, and the 7th gives a breakout, right? So when we look at what has happened here, we've had the completion of our 6 touches. And if this is the 6th touch, this means the 7th is always a breakout. It's not that it will be a breakout. No, we are not doing we're not doing a guesswork here. We're saying it must break out, right? And that's why I say it has been given an 80% win rate. The 20% is when the 20% loss is not because the strategy doesn't work. It's when you do not calculate the touches very well. Shifunomics is the strategy I invented, and which is one of the most powerful out there, which I think that was when we had the crypto. We literally launched the, what's it called? The crypto trading network as well. And I still use it till date very well in my personal trading as well, because it is actually, to be honest, it's actually 90% accurate. But the 10% or 20% is when probably you do not, when you miss the calculation. But based on this calculation, if I am right, this is the 6th touch, and then the 7th is most likely expected to be a breakout. And when we get a breakout, what happens? So this is a typical breakout and retest pattern, right? And in a typical breakout retest pattern, what you should see, or what we could see, is something like this, right? This is a typical break and retest pattern. So I mean, every single person has how they trade their break and those who are break and retest traders have their own ways of trading break and retest. Everybody has their own, should I say, conferences or whatever they look at to make their break and retest. I myself, I literally use Shifunomics, which is my own strategy I invented by myself, which if I want to trade break and retard strategy, I make use of that. I apply that to trade such strategy. So when we get this, it confirms the breakout, and then we pull back, and then we goes way higher as well. And obviously, currently we know that the CME market is closed because the forex market is yet to be opened. And when the market opens, this market should go live as well. And so that means we're looking at in the next couple of, let's say, next 4 hours. So within the next 4 hours, the market should be open and trading should begin for the new week. But since before that happens, so I don't think there's going to be any gap today. There won't really be any gap today. The market is just going to consolidate and going to be slow to the timing of because right now it's at 83,955, just approximately like 84k. So the market is just going to consolidate around that range till market open. It's going to consolidate here, and then good activity should begin maybe Monday, maybe Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, but within the next 3 days. What will be. So going back to the normal charts of BTC, which is we're using the Coinbase chart now. If you look at if you trade the CRT, right? If you trade CRT, which should be the candle range theory, you also see here on the coming, you can see it on the 3 days, you can see it on the 2 days time frame, and I think you can also see it on the weekly. Let me check to be sure. Yes, the weekly is perfect. Let's look at the weekly because it gives you a broader view. So if you trade what is it called, you trade CRT strategy. So based on CRT, you would see that this is the close of last week. Last week's candle close gives us a CRT confirmation, and whenever CRT confirmation comes into place, the first candle, usually you target the first candle, which we're now talking about 94k levels, right? But we're being very conservative here. Anything within this area, this is a supply zone area, and there are orders around this range. Anything could happen here, but literally when CRT comes into play, you target the high of the first candle, right? So if you use any of the strategies, there's like, should I say, so many confluence on what we are expecting and what we are projecting, using both usual smart money concept, or using, even if it's my own strategy, you're using whatever way. But that is what we are looking at, and that is what we are expecting, right? Expecting from the markets. From the market. So if you are yet to be part of the bull run group or the ETF, you're going to do yourself a lot of favor to be a part of it. Because in real time, most times we follow the market on a day-to-day basis, on every 2-3 days as well. So you can get access to my private constant updates in real time, constant chart analysis, chart projections to literally help you as well. And obviously, you can also join the Forex Trading Network, which is free. Forex Trading Network, which we launched about a week ago or so, is free, because I also sometimes forward some of this analysis and projections into the Forex Trading Network, because apart from the currencies we trade there, we also trade about 7 cryptos specific we trade within the Forex Trading Network as well. And for those cryptos, most times to have certain activities, there's necessary need for knowing what is going to happen for Bitcoin for that day, for the next day. And in real time, I'm posting a lot of information within the Forex Trading Network as well, so we keep on making money with that. So you can join the free Forex Trading Network. You can also join the bull run group, any of them, because there's never a time you need it than now, than this season, than this era. There's never a time than now, because it's your best bet this period, right? So let's look at 2 assets I'm looking at and positions that we could be in based on what we are expecting, based on the projection we are looking at as well. So we are in that season whereby you should make sure that you're stacking up your bull run portfolio, and you are really. So if you do not know what you buy in this bull run, how to set up your bull run portfolio, make sure you join the bull run group. Make sure you join the ETF. Become a part of this platform so you can have advantage and take advantage of this. Quickly, let us what am I supposed to do? Okay, 2 assets I'm looking at. Okay, how do I share this now? So I've got this on the, what's it called, peep, right? We marked this a while ago. These are swings, right? These are swing positions. These are real swing positions. So I've got this marked. This was let me make this silent or remove this. So there were two levels I was actually looking at. This first level, which is already triggered, and it got triggered days ago, about a week ago. So it got triggered, and then there was this level I was looking at. So these were the two levels I was like, Peep is going to get into these levels, and anything from here, this guy's just gonna go high, right? So if we're looking out for swing positions, most of you know I'm a swing trader, right? So that is my style of trading. My style of trading. So we're looking at this. We're looking at this here. So basically, we're looking at these two, or this, what it's called, as well. So as BTC is retracing, therefore it's going to be retracing as well. But I'm looking at it going, creating new all-time highs, right? So this is going to be like a very good swing position. And then secondly, I'm looking at so one peep is a meme. We're looking at this utility. So we've got this Ondo. Ondo is what's it called? Ondo is really good, right? Yeah, there's actually some orders around 0.8 to 0.7, but this drop here, which happened on the 8th of March, actually filled an order. So there's no reason why this should go lower than this. I don't see any reason why. When I mean lower than, I'm not even referring to this whole box now. I'm referring to this range, because if I'm to use the order books, I couldn't see anything lower than this area, right? This zone. So this is like a zone whereby, this is the perfect way to put it. This area, this zone, it could range around here for a couple of days, and then begins to move, because actually we're expecting a massive alt season. We're expecting Ethereum outperforming, right? Outperforming Bitcoin as well. So we're looking at this. This could be a really good swing position to new all-time highs, just like we're having swing positions for the other one I just mentioned right now and just talked about. Okay, we've given the market forecast for the week. We've also looked at two swing trade positions I am looking at, which I am bullish on those swing positions, and you could take advantage of those positions based in alignment with the series of what we are looking at for the week and for the season as well. So before I proceed, let me take some questions. How can I get the previous recording? I'm joining for the first time. Every session is live, is automatically live. So by the time this is done, automatically it's going to be on the YouTube channel. So if you're subscribed, you can literally scroll to, take your time and scroll to the channel. You'll see everything you need to see as well. Adebajo Shegun, Shifu, does the strategy works on lower time frames? When you mean lower time frames, I don't like trading lower time frames. I'm not a lower time frame trader. I don't like trading lower time frame. Let me put it that way, because lower time frames increases your chances of errors. So most times I apply it, but I apply it on the 1 hour. I apply it on 1 hour. 1 hour is a lower time frame, right? I use it very well on the 1 hour, 1 hour and above. 1 hour time frame and above is what I use, what I do very well, and above as well. how can I join the Forex networking group? So here is it. The Forex Trading Network is a free platform, right? And you have access to so many benefits, which includes you can copy my trades for free. You can copy our signals or setups and look through it to make either your decisions and take those to whatever you want or so. The requirement to be is you register with our partner link. So you register with our partner link with Fundedness and get an account, any account of from 25K and above. I think it should be like $200 or so, 300, I don't know. So around that range of 300 or 400 or 5, depends on your choice. Get an account you want and you join in on our platform. So I think there are steps that have been posted on Telegram, steps have been posted on my X page. Texts have been posted everywhere, every single place as well. It's very, very simple. And literally, you want to take advantage of it because it's your best bet this season. Your best bet this season. You won't see something like that anywhere else because you're definitely getting it for free, right? And it's normal that people don't value some things that are free. People don't value things that are free because one, sometimes people don't understand. I'm gonna put this now. There's a statement I always say that how do I say it? There's a word to use. I'm trying to, I don't know the exact word to use. Okay. There's a statement I always say. I say that one of the ways a man's time has come is that his eyes will be open, right? His eyes will be open to see opportunities before him, around him. And there's no such time as we are in whereby there's so much opportunities right in front of us. So much opportunity. In fact, and to be very honest with you, anybody who is not making progress this season, is not making advancement this season, and maybe the person is a member of of our platforms, of the community, the person is not a serious human being, is not serious about themselves, and is not ready to really, really make progress. Because if you are, I literally have made more than everything available for us, and literally every thing is there for you to take advantage of if you want to take advantage of it as well. So let's continue. And so we're looking at what we're expecting on dollar and currencies briefly, and probably if there's any, what we're looking at could happen for the week as regards news and whatever it's to be shared. Okay. So this is the last week of March, right? And how do I share this now? Share this tab. Coming. So I think there's a lot of changes on the StreamYard app I use, so it's giving me some difficulty knowing how to switch from here. There's a lot of changes in the background and in this receptivity as well. It's a bit slow. So this week we have a lot of activities for Euro. So between Europe, a lot of activities for Europe, the pound, the yen as well, Japan. So there's majorly a lot of activities between the Euro, GBP, US. So there's going to be a lot of volatility across them, right? A lot of volatility is going to be across the USD, which is going to be the dollar, the Euro, the GBP as well. So most likely, if you're going to trade this week, it's going to be very much profitable trading those assets as well. So we've been on this, right? So we've been on this in the, if you've been in the sessions, this is something I marked up from before the year started, right? When we looked at this before the year started, and we've been on this, and I say that the dollar is going to sell down for 2 quarters, right? It's going to sell down for 2 quarters. And I mean 2 quarters is it's going to sell down for the first quarter and the second quarter of the year. And it started right from January, like I stated, and it's been going down, 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 down. So this was the drawing. This was the where we're looking at. This was our entry. So far, so good. And it's been going down. I've been swinging this, right? And this was when we launched the Forex Trading Network just 2 weeks ago, so whatnot. So looking at this, there's some teachings I do, which if you're not in Forex Trading Network, you won't understand, but there's some teachings I gave to them about understanding when the market is reversing and what could happen. And basically that was what we're looking at when we're projecting that the dollar is about to reverse for a couple of days to weeks. So we're looking at the dollar reversal to take between the space of a week or 2 weeks as well. And it started last week as we anticipated and expected as well. So we're expecting that the dollar should push up a bit before it continues, right? It pushes up a bit before it continues selling downwards. So we're expecting to go a bit, making new highs. So if the dollar is definitely going to make new highs, the inverse happens on correlative pairs as well, like EU and GU. We know how that goes for the rest part of the week. Now, one of the things we want to how am I going to put this now? This one of the things I have talked about and taught us generally here is how the correlation between the financial classes and the financial assets in the world, especially when I begin to talk about how bonds are affected. And then when bonds are affected, you see it reflected in yields. When bonds yields are affected, you now see those things reflected there. And then the same thing, you now start seeing these things reflecting in stocks, right? And then you start seeing the same reflecting in currencies. And then after that, that is where you now start seeing these things reflecting in commodities and cryptocurrencies. So that is like the layers, which I've taught that long time ago about how these things, how these markets are impact. This one happens before this one within a duration of time as well. So what we are seeing happening right now could also be based on the fact that when the dollar is dropping, right, it is bullish for Bitcoin. It's bullish for crypto. When the dollar is buying, it is bearish as well. So this is more like a forerunner of what we see. Now, the funny thing is, if you go to X, right, you go to my X page, you go to my X account, and if you've been following the information I dropped, and this is like what I said initially, most people do not understand the value of having a Shifu. Not everybody has the privilege of having a Shifu. If you have a Shifu, it is a privilege, and you should know how to maximize such a benefit of having a Shifu. So let's go to Shifu's. So if you see here, I'm even following this judiciously in real time. I literally gave everything that is going to be the roadmap, right? And now let's go. We could look at when the markets. I said the market is going to start going bearish from that day 7th, and then the drop will become intense. Sudden drop from March 9th to 15th. So if you look at the time frame, you ask when did the drop, major drop started? You see it. What started happening from this period of time as well, from this date. And then we're talking about the market getting a bottom or so. Check these dates as well. Now, we're looking at, then you're now going to ask yourself, okay, what is the next thing, 23rd to 25th? And we've had today, 23rd, whereby there could be market decision or another fake out rally, start of a week of accumulation. Now, if you know how to trade Richard Wyckoff, you should know what a week of accumulation is, how it forms. But if you don't know it, my bad, I can't explain it for you. If you're looking at the what is it called? Looking at the what do I refer to? If you're looking at the we have March 27th to 31st, right? Key, which is the key turning point for Bitcoin's next cycle, which is we're talking about the ending of this week, right? Let me check the calendar to be sure. Yes, the ending of this week is from Thursday, and then April bull season as well. So now, if you've been following this judiciously based on what has been said, you should have know that, okay, this is what is happening in real time. This is the movement we're seeing taking place. This is the movement going up already in real time. And even as it goes higher. So, because if you look here, let me share another. This was one of the trades we took in the what's it called? So this could be a typical example for you, but here now what you're seeing here in real time is a distribution schematic. This is week of distribution schematics. If you look at week of distribution schematic, this is what you're seeing in real time, being played in real time. You see there's the buying climax, the secondary test, the UT uptrust, the UTAD, which is the final whatever, and then we start seeing sign of weakness, phase B. Currently the EU is on phase B, this phase C. So currently EU is on phase D, and then this is going to be phase E. So there's a way I explained it for those who are in the Forex trading network as well. So we're currently in phase E, D, and then this is phase E as well. An entry from here is like in 12 RR. That means making 12 times, and then here is like 4 RR put together all together as well. So we're still looking at that continuation, kicking effect and playing out even in this week that is about to open in 4 hours time as well. Like I said, correlative, right? Correlative. Now, the schematics you see on EU, the opposite of it, which is the accumulation, is what is playing out on a bigger time frame for Bitcoin. And I did a very proper post in the Bull Run group whereby I wrote down the specific numbers which will represent each of those things as well. Each of those things from 1 point to 93K to 7K, which of them matters as well while posting the chart. So it's there on the Bull Run group. If you join the Bull Run group, you should have access to that as well, and you can literally just follow it in real time because it's literally explaining what we call the reason why so many people don't trade week off is because week off most times is very, very complex, right? It's very complex for a lot of them, but it's just pure mathematical calculations, which explains what we call the manipulations in the market. Whatever people talk about, right? When people talk about trading concepts like smart money concept, ICT, it was built from people like Richard Wyckoff. ICT came out of Richard Wyckoff. Smart money concept came out of Richard Wyckoff's strategy, right? Richard Wyckoff, its concept of accumulation distribution is the foundation of whatever you see that a lot of people are doing out there in the world. So that is why it's very, very complex. People try to coin their own out of it, but it just reveals in real time the confusion in the market. It helps you to know, okay, this is why this is going, and then you could have other conferences as well, which could be your own special secret as well being put together. So let me go through some other questions as well. So if you want to join the Forex trading network, create an account with our partner link. buy an account of your choice and join in. As simple as that. Join in as simple as that. Every benefit that is available to those there, you would have access to those benefits as well, with the informations of my own trades, which you can take on your own accounts to trade yourself and make money real time as well. And also, for the sake of there's a 10 parts mentoring trading series, which we have started only the first part, but I'm yet to host the second part as well. But we're about to host that soon. And this 10 mentoring series is just to help you see how you can scale, right? See how you can scale. And in real time, I decided to get a 200K account and show them practically within the Forex trading network how to scale and make a certain percentage of money that becomes stable for you every month. So if you're withdrawing 10% on that account in a month, that should be $20,000. If it's 15%, that's going to be $30,000. Showing all those things in real time. That is the essence of teaching practically how each of these trades is being done, how I'm risking, what is being risked on each of those trades as well. You understand? You have access to all those benefits for yourself as well. And the next series is going to be very, very important. It's very extremely, extremely, extremely important as well, with a lot that is going there and a lot that has been cooking as well. So in real time, every information is definitely going to be shared. So this is the thing. The Forex trading network is not for unserious persons. It's not for people who are gamblers. We're not gambling there. We're not people who are unserious, people who are looking for how they can, there's some people refer to people who are gamblers, and people who are looking for, yeah, they are looking for, how will I put this? Forcing the market to do what they want. We don't do that. No, no, no. Don't do that. We're literally showing how I trade in real time, the trades I'm taking in real time, and literally how I approach the market from time to time. Sometimes I could swing a trade for 3 days, 4 days, and I could tell you, like, there's a position we've been holding for about a week. I told everybody, risk this amount of money on this particular position, and don't worry, it is not going to hit stop loss. It's going to move in this thing. And such confidence, where it is coming from, is because of how I approach my trading, and that is going to take a longer time. We have to hold it and hold it until it goes to what we're expecting and how it should go as well, and what should play out right now. And that is done right within the Forex trading network. You won't see that being done out there. And also how to be risked per time, what is going to happen. So definitely, if you are in the Forex trading network, you have access to that. So make sure you join in and cash in with us this week as well. I think about 2 persons have already passed their accounts as well. I think they sent me a DM as well. So looking out for the more people passing their accounts this week. And let's make the rest of the year the best of the year. I mean, we are doing things really, really different. We are not doing things as the norm any longer. This time around, we doing things different. So we've looked at dollars, currency. So what will be the alpha for the week? What is the alpha for this week? What are we looking at buying for this week as well? Now, before we talked about the alpha for this week, last 2 weeks or so, our alpha has been Shield Protocol, which has not moved yet as we anticipate or predict. I think it has even gone down. So I think we are like 30% down or 40% down on that as well. So that is it. So the question now is that alpha still valid? Is that position still valid? Yes, it's still valid. But however, that is not the alpha for the week. That was the alpha for the past 2 weeks, and it is still valid. But we are not talking about it now. We're looking at a new alpha for this week, as I promised. I promised that every week we're going to pick one alpha and we are going to say, okay, this is going to be our main alpha for this week. This is what we're looking at for this week. And here we go from there. So let me open Dex Screener and then we'll share from Dex Screener as well. coming. So these are alpha for this week, right? This is one of those coins that I called very, very early, and it has done so many over 100x, right? Because I called around 200k market cap initially, and I'm really confused how to operate this. The update is messing. Oof. So we called this I called this at the launch at 200k market cap. So at 2 million, that's a 10x. 20 million, that's a 100x. At 40 million, that's a 200x. 45 million. So we've done over 200x on this coin. From when I called it, it's done over 200x, over 20,000%. 200x is 20,000%, and this is within the space of the past 1 month and 2 weeks. 1 month and 2 weeks. Remember what I told you guys, that you should understand one thing that is very key and important with how I teach and what I share is I'm not ready to do, it's just like when you see the results we're getting in crypto. We're very accurate in crypto. That's the same thing I'm doing in Forex right now. Not trying to do too many things. You're trying to trade too many things. At the end of the day, you can't really say that if you're making profit or not. No. We are not. I'm not doing that no more. We don't do that here. We don't do that here. We look out for precision, right? Precision as well. And you know that less is more. You can decide to, you could decide to buy 20 coins and 50 coins, and out of the 50, funny enough, 45 of them could lose. You could lose money in 45 of them, if not even more than that as well. And the 5 you win, it may be by luck or by chance. But if I decide to trade maybe only 2 coins, and after those 2 coins, one is really, really down, and I'm not bothered, because when it's going down, I do my DCA on those coins, and then the other one really goes up over time. I've made this amount of profit, this amount of gain. At the end of the day, I have outperformed you. In fact, any single person who bought A47, right? Because I shared both in the bull run group, I shared in the ETF, I gave some little bit. Now, anyone who traded this has outperformed 99.9% of everybody in the crypto market within the past 3 months. You've outperformed them just this alone. So when you look at that, you look at why we approach the market and why you're seeing the kind of results we're having, not just in crypto, even in Forex. We are here to dominate, guys, and we are here to make really good money, really, really, really good money. We are not here for competition. We are here for completion and making good gains for ourselves in this season and in this time, right? And okay, so for this week, it becomes our project. So we're projecting for new highs to be from where it is right now. From where it is right now, we're projecting and expecting new highs on this asset class. So it becomes our alpha for the week. So every week we have one alpha, which is our one major alpha, our one major peak we're looking at for this week, and A47 is that one from where it is. We are expecting new highs on this asset class, new highs on this project this week as well. I'm looking at to make some good level of profit out of it. And yes, this is it on the screen, and it's on Solana. So now we've talked about our alpha for the week. What next? What next is happening? So what next is this week I'm having a private session series with those in the bull run group and the ETF. So you want to do yourself the best good and the best chance to make sure you are there. You're in the bull run group or you're in the ETF, so you can have an advantage of being right there in the platform, right? So you can literally take advantage of it, and you can, whatever information, exclusive information that other is being shared with them, you can have advantage of it as well. And make sure you take advantage of also being in the Forex trading network. Like I always say, if the student be ready, the Shifu will appear. Quickly, we've gone through looking at the market projection, our forecast for the week. We've looked at 2 swing possible trades that looking at you could find position in and take advantage of based on our forecast for the week. We've also looked at forex pairs, currency pairs, what is going to happen in dollar, the news and informations we're expecting this week. And then we've also gotten some time to talk about our alpha for the week while recapping on our previous alphas for the past 2 weeks as well. And so much so far has been said. So for the ones asking the screen isn't clear, what you want to do is click on your YouTube, click on the settings on your YouTube and increase the quality high on your end. So if the quality is increased on your end, you should be able to see what is being said very well. Bye for now, everyone, and have a blessed Sunday night as well. See you when I see you guys again. For those who want to reach out to me, want to reach out to Shifu, I think you should check the description of the video on YouTube. You will see a link that takes you straight to my WhatsApp, and then you can reach out as well if you want to be a part of the Bull Run group or the ETF, or you want to join the Forex Trading Network. You can reach out through the description. There should be a link in the description. Bye for now, guys, and have a blessed eve.